Live, isn't it? Oh, I think we're live. I do believe we're live, but it's different on this stream, yeah. Oh, hello. We're joined already. Do you want to come into the chat, Vigilante? It's open to all. We're doing like I did last time. But mainly it's my blog for the day. It's my day off. I've only had one day work and I've already got a day off.
Hey, Mr. Gray, can you see my message on the private chat?
Oh, I'm not looking. I haven't got the private chat up actually for some reason. Maybe because that's weird. Normally when I come on StreamYard, the private chat comes up, and I haven't got anything. I haven't got any private chat here at the moment. It's not showing me an option for private chat. That's strange. Maybe because I'm the chat editor. Maybe it doesn't give me the private chat option. That's weird. That I don't know.
It
is. Right. So yeah, I'm going to open this package. This is something I ordered a while back. I think when I got the job, when I found out I was about to be gainfully employed, you are here to entertain me while I feast.
Fair enough. We're here to entertain it.
Yeah, we're going to entertain you hopefully with some comics. So this is a few, not a huge amount, but this is a few comics that I decided to pick up once I learned that I had a job.
Speaking of not a huge amount, Simon saw one of my recent comic holes where I showed the planetary, and he asked me, does one comic classify as a haul?
Yeah, there is. I'm not sure if there's that's a good point. I'm not sure if the dictionary definition would hold up a single item as being a haul. But I suppose
technically it was a volume, so...
Hey, not quite mint. If anyone wants to join in on the chat, feel welcome to, let us know and I'll send you the link. I'll post the link in the thing if anyone wants to join in. Actually, I'll post it up there now just in case. Because last time we did this, it was quite fun. Wasn't it, Matilda, did you think? Last time we did a big chat like this? Yeah, lurking while he's working, that's fine.
Yeah.
Lurking while you're working
is... Mr. Gray, it's a volume, so maybe it does count.
Maybe. Well, that's true. Is it by volume? Is it the hold? Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Just if you want to call it a hold.
I always do them, even if I have one item.
Yeah.
Is because later on I can't be fucked. I'll forget. I'm gonna put them somewhere.
If I know I've got something else on the way, I might leave it off. In fact, I could probably leave this one off because I know that I've got some that are actually being delivered today. Quite a big stack, but I'll try and do them probably later in the week or something. I'm just going to do this one for today. Right. So this is I knew I'd just been gainfully employed, and I actually had some money in my PayPal account because I've sold some comics, quite a few comics, and so I thought, that I was leaving that money there, thinking I'll save that and see what happens. And when I got a job, it was like, okay, I can probably spend that money now because I'm going to have some money coming in. So I'll start from this end. I've got a few to try and fill out a baram, but then I never had. Right, I'm not sure. I got this on properly. I'm not sure how Vigilante goes in with this.
That reminds me of that moment Bob got on the stream and showed that lady on the comic.
Yeah,
with the boobs.
I blinked and missed that, I think. But yeah, so this is Cthulhu Tales.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, what's he saying? I noticed the last days that there were Avengers Conan comics in the US with awesome mashup covers. Okay. Right, yeah. So I'm basically.
I think you're making my obsession with Cthulhu grow, Mr. Gray.
Yeah, the darkness of Cthulhu. Right.
Yeah, I want to read the H.P. Lovecraft stories. Actually,
they're kind of like a little bit dated now, but they're kind of like it's the original kind of horror movies. They created the tropes which have been copied, many times since. Just like Poe with his story. You read old Poe stories, and you think these are so.
I just haven't read any ever, so I really want to try.
But you read them.
Don't spoil anything.
Oh no, but I'm not going to. They're just so obvious because it's like this is obvious. This is going to happen, and you think, oh, this is like not good writing because it's obvious that's going to happen.
I'm pretty stupid sometimes in those stories. I don't see it coming.
Yeah, no, but because it's such like redone trope. But the thing is, he invented those things. What I'm thinking is like unoriginality.
He's the granddaddy.
When he wrote it, it was totally original, and nobody at that point would have seen that twist coming because they weren't brought up on it. Like, so I finished my Destructor run. I'm nearly done with my Atlas run now. This is the last one. 1 second. It's the last one from the Destructor run. So Atlas Comics. I think I've got a few more. I think I've got 2 more Phoenix ones to collect, and then I've got to decide whether I want to collect the company. There's like a Millie the Model kind of comic from them. I can't remember what it was called now, but apparently they're quite expensive. I'm not into that kind of comic anyway. Vigilante, you're not subbed up to Matilda? You're terrible, mate. How can you not be subbed to Matilda?
Okay, I'm back.
Matilda,
thank you, Virginian Vigilante.
I think Varangian. I think it's pronounced Varangian. It's
Varangian.
Something to do with
Bloody
Roman
English with all his bloody complicated bollocks.
Right. Yeah, there's a bit of Cthulhu love action here. Good stuff.
Ooh, Cthulhu.
Yeah, basically I tried to fill in this run, but they didn't have number 1, so I'm still not quite filled that run in yet. Oh, here's another run that I managed to fill out. I did a random comic buy a while ago now, and it happened to have number 1 of this series in it, and it's a character I really like, so I thought I'd try and pick up the rest of them. Here we go.
Wagner? Or Wagner?
Yeah. Judge Dredd. So this is number 2.
Good old Dredd.
Yeah, Judge Dredd Year 1 from IDW. I've never read any IDW Judge Dredd. But so
I need to try to draw him again someday.
Yeah, you got to get the chin right. As long as you get the chin right, with Dredd,
it was such a nightmare with the one I drew for Kyle. I really liked it, but I think it looks shit.
Right, a nice old Hawkman, go checks. He's actually talking of Edgar Allan Poe. He's fighting the Raven in this one. That's quite.
A literal bloody Raven.
Yeah.
Paulo.
The ghost of Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, so Mr. Gray, I haven't finished watching the stream that Matterhawk did. Did you stay till the end?
Yeah, I did stay until the end. Yeah, I think I was one of the last ones that he said goodbye to at the end because he sort of went back around again to get everyone to sign off.
Why can't I have a night job? Then I would be awake.
Did you dominate Metarog's death match yesterday? I wouldn't. Well, I had the mask on. I had the wrestling mask on and everything.
That mask was an awesome touch today.
Let me read this.
But watching it, I was so bummed I couldn't even be in the chat.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I missed the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. The ghost of Edgar Allan Poe haunts Hawkman as he falls victim to the ruse of the Robin Raven. That's what he says.
That's why no one watches my stuff. I'm never around.
Yeah, awkward time, isn't it? Because you're 2 hours ahead of me. This is a Murphy Anderson cover, but yeah, cool. Like that one.
Gotta say that Raven's bum looks good in that in those.
Oh yeah,
in those tights.
Do a little close up. Here we go. It's a little close up.
No, thank you. That's a bit too much.
Something for the ladies. I mean, if people are always flashing off stuff for the guys, it's only right that people should eventually show something for the ladies. Well,
yeah, you need to show abs for the ladies.
Yeah. There you go. That's the third part of the Judge Dredd story.
You don't want to get too inappropriate.
No,
that reminds me. When we did, I think it was a year ago. Alfred did a contest where you had to show sexy covers.
All right.
And I remember Mr. Dave, Silver Age Dave. He showed like a cover for the ladies. And it was a cowboy with a mustache. And I was thinking, Mr. Dave, that's not exactly what I was looking for, but okay.
It counts. It's sexy for some people. Sexy for women and other cowboys.
Some people are into aliens.
Yeah, true.
I reckon there's some people want to be plowed by Jabba the Hutt.
Wow, you'd have to be on top if it was Jabba the Hutt, though. Surely you wouldn't want to be him on top of you. That's just too much. Too much. Ugh. You give me an image now.
I mean, there are chubby chasers.
Oh, there are. That's true. Very lot, actually. Yeah, there's quite a lot of people who like an ample lady. Harry,
all right, Mr. Paulo, but wear protection if you're coming in.
Paulo's coming in. Harry, hey mate. Hey, Harry, do you want to join us on this? Have you got a device that you can, film and chat to us? Be cool to talk to you in person. And here we go with. Actually, maybe I should shrink you guys for a bit. Let's shrink you guys so I can see the comic easier.
You see, that's the problem, Mister. That's the problem. You get a big head when you have power. Look at him.
Yeah, I'm in charge here. You're reduced to the bottom of the screen. There you go. Me and Judge Dredd. I feel like I could play Judge Dredd.
I need to at some point watch the 2013 movie.
You should do. It's a really good film, that Judge Dredd one.
I hear it's a good one. I know there's one with Sylvester Stallone, right?
Yeah, that's not so good. Varangian Vigilante is shouting at an awesome alien porn site that he likes online, apparently. Fair enough. It takes all sorts.
It might make for some good memes.
You stick with the aliens, I'll stick with the Earth girls.
Hey, there are alien girls.
Some of them are quite nice. Some of the
Hey, Mr. Gray, you are into that zombie girl after all.
Yeah, this is true.
Don't judge.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Another Cthulhu. Look at that. Look at the ancient Eldritch knowledge on that page.
That must have been an R-rated movie, right? I mean, she has...
Oh, yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah, it's definitely a horror movie. So it's got, definitely 18 or X movie, as we used to call them back in the day. But then he's next to the big ones in this package. This one, I know he's like a prototype for the for Swamp Thing and Man Thing. I don't think this is a first appearance. I think he's had a first appearance a lot earlier than this.
Don't judge if you are Dread. Unless you are Dread.
Don't judge except if you are Dread. Yeah, he is the law. So this is the Heap. The nightmare who could not die. The beast of Bedlam.
Party pooper. They're having a futuristic drug party and Dread comes in and ruins it.
He does.
Like an asshole.
Yeah, that's his job. Yeah, it's 11:15 where I am, and I think it's 1:15 where Matilda is.
Yeah, it's 1:16 actually.
What time you got, Paulo?
How was
GMT.
France?
We were on GMT too.
GMT too. The proper time, basically. You're on the proper because we invented time. Time flows from Greenwich and spreads out across the world. I think that's how it works. Anyway, I'm not too sure. I'm a little bit sketchy on details.
Time zones confuse me.
But anyway, here is the Heap. The Heap.
Are those new stories or reprints?
Supposed to be a rip-off of The Thing?
No, he came before Swamp Thing and Man Thing. I think he was like a prototype before them from a different company.
Yeah. The Heap was first published.
Bushman.
The Heap was first published in 1942.
Yeah, I think it was something like Air Boy or something like that.
It looks more like a bush, like those.
He does a bit like a bush. Yeah, it looks
like a Bushman.
Yeah, those pre-60s monsters, they were all green muddy things. Yeah, they were very original.
He does look a bit like a privet hedge. He does look a bit like a privet hedge, Matilda. I could just that goes there to give him a trim.
That
back inside.
It's like those statues. Not statues. It's like those trees you design. You cut them so they'll grow a certain way.
Yeah, privet hedge or a bonsai tree, but it's a bit big for bonsai tree.
I don't know if it still is, but in Hulon, in Israel, there's this a lot of trees that one guy just goes and he trims them so they'll grow to look like animals.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still does that. But when I would ride to school, we would constantly see them.
This is Skyward Comics. I think this is his first. I think this is like a first appearance in the 70s. I think it is. It might be the 60s.
Skywald was when Saul Brodsky left Marvel for a few months, and he helped found that new company.
Yeah, that was the Atlas, Skywald Atlas.
No, it's not. It's not Atlas. It's Skywald. They used to have a few black and white magazines.
Yeah,
Nightmare and Psycho.
Right.
They also published Spanish stories made by Spanish artists like
Monaro,
like Warren magazines. No, those guys that ran in Warren magazines. And they had a Ghost Rider prototype called Hell Rider, lasted for 2 issues. It was also created by Gary Friedrich.
Okay, you got a very good memory of all these things, mate.
But they didn't last for 3 years.
Hell Rider would have been a far better name.
Hell Rider.
Now that I think about it, because he's not really a ghost. Not really. I mean, he is tangible after all.
It's true, actually. Yeah. He's not a ghost at all. It should be Demon Rider.
Hell Rider would have been a better name for him.
Yeah, but there were reasons why it had to be called Ghost Rider. I don't think that. I don't think that the comics code
because of the hell part.
Yeah, the comics code wouldn't let you use the name, which is funny because the comics code let the other one be called Son of Satan. So
they were such pussies back in the day.
Yeah, but there was another reason because
hell.
Marvel had a Western Ghost Rider, so they had to use the new one to keep the trademark.
Yeah, I was going to say about this cover. I think you should all bask in this cover for a second. You've got gravestones there. I can't get the thing. We've got gravestones there. You got shadowy.
The bag is making it hard to look at it. Actually,
you got the shadowy figures in the background. It's an awesome cover.
Mr. Paulo, how was France?
It rained a bit, and they gave us they didn't let us talk about the car for 3 days. We had to sign forms that we were going to respect an embargo.
Oh, so you couldn't actually put a story out then?
Yeah, but in the other part of it has an embargo until the March 3rd. They had this weird prototype that changes shape. You can't the car becomes bigger or smaller. Yeah, it's a bit of a
transformer car.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you getting in trouble talking about it now?
Will you get in trouble? Matilda's saying for talking about it now.
No, I traveled to Paris to Renault. We're showing some of the cars they're going to have in the Geneva Motor Show ahead of schedule.
No, I mean trouble, not travel.
Yeah. Trouble.
Oh, trouble.
For talking about that now.
No. What I can't do is show photographs of the car, and so no biggie.
I think get back to us when they've got flying cars, mate, and then I'll be interested. When they start flying cars.
How in the Back to the Future they thought by now we would have flying cars?
They're working on
a obsession with flying cars, by the way.
I think Varangian Vigilante is working on World War III here. He seems to be getting shots fired. What kind of trouble? They are French. Nobody's afraid of them.
Well, I did see their president, and it's not really scary.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing, the French army is a lot more efficient at doing post-colonial military interventions than the U.S. Army.
Well, as long as the president can't send them after me, I'm good.
I think they do it without the president knowing.
Yeah,
he's very useful. Good to know.
I think the whole joke representation of the French army not being good is just a lie anyway. It's just they were vastly outgunned and outnumbered by the Germans. It's just I think anyone been next to the Germany at that time, they would have been overrun by them. I know the French are pretty good at war, but we beat them a few times as well. But let's not go there. With the help of the Portuguese,
armies secretly have a dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
Just to see who's pretending to be a bigger badass.
All right, let me show you the last comic. This is the last one. This is the one that was on my want list for this year. It's the first appearance of the Parasite.
Hi, Mr. Werewolf.
It's in pretty good nick.
I see they already had the Purple Man before the Purple Man.
This is the Parasite. He happens to be purple, but it's not the Purple Man from Marvel Comics. But this is just like a nice, cool cover. A go-go checks, a classic villain, if I can get, And it was like I wanted to get the first one of him.
It looks like Barney the dinosaur, but humanoid.
But he's dangerous. He's actually dangerous.
He can suck the power.
How is Barney? Do you want that thing coming after you in a dark alley? I'd be terrified.
Well, he can absorb powers, and he's fighting Superman. So he's fighting Superman by absorbing his powers.
I'm talking about Barney, the dinosaur, not this guy.
Don't knock it, because Barney might be in a horror film at some point. There was a horror film recently, the Animal Crackers, I think it was called. It was based on
crackers.
It was
crackers in a soup.
It was used to be a TV show, a kids' TV show called Animal Crackers or something like that. And it was just like some people in suits like running around, and they actually brought it back as a horror movie. Believe it or not, but the animal characters were like robots in suits, and they go berserk and start killing everybody. So you never know. There might be a Barney horror movie sometime in the future.
Are you kidding? They want to capitalize on them kids.
Yeah,
they're not going to make that too inappropriate.
I think the people who grew up with Barney might want to see him in a horror movie. Who knows?
I didn't actually watch Barney.
No.
I remember when I was older, I seen clips somewhere, but as a kid, I didn't watch Barney.
No,
I
I think
watched
he was
some
a bit.
anime, which that explains a lot why I'm fucked up now.
Yeah. Do you ever watch any manga? Do you ever watch any manga? I think manga. Well, no, manga's the comic books, isn't it? But when they used to call it manga in the 90s when they came out, it was like the adult kind of anime, like Yotsukadoji Legend of the Overfiend and stuff like that. And
No,
Wicked City,
anime is the name for
the
the
whole lot, isn't it? Is it just
manga's like the book version.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason they called it manga when they first put it over in video forms. There was a company called Manga, and they had a good Celtic Frost intro, like showing off all the videos that they had. And there was a load of 18 certificate ones with women with tentacles coming out.
I watched a lot of anime without knowing it was anime. Actually,
teeth in places that
maybe I shouldn't have watched.
Yeah, they've got some very. Broad imaginations, the Japanese people, I think.
Yeah, I really love a lot of their stories. It's some crazy shit.
Not to mention
all the categories they have. That's actually brilliant. Yeah. Because then there's something for everyone.
That's true. They got a bit of something for everyone.
Now we need to convince Marvel and DC to think about it.
Yeah.
Enough variants.
Well, I'm
going to campaign against less variants.
Oh, right, less variants. Well, people like
just to piss people off. Just start a video campaign.
You're going to fly in the face of people. I think Varangian Vigilante likes the odd variant. Some people just like.
I'm just going to make a video and see how many people tell me to go fuck myself.
You're going to be a firebrand, are you, and stir up aggro in the community.
I'm gonna hire people who will stand on signs.
Well, that does sell sometimes. Some of these channels that come on and just slag everything off, can go quite far because there are a certain amount of people who like to go and see the drama going on, don't they? So let's have some drama now to get this video trending. Portugal sucks. Israel smells. There you go. That should get the drama levels raised up then.
Well, they're not wrong about the smell. Have you been here in the summer?
Well, it's very hot there, I suppose. I
can't defend that one.
Besides, I don't take criticism from people who drive on the wrong side of the road.
We drive on the right side of the road. Everybody else decided. I don't know. Did we start?
Honestly, about that issue, I don't give a shit.
No,
I'm not driving.
Burn the witch. Who's the witch? He wants drama saying burn the witch. I'm not sure what witch he wants to burn.
Maybe it means me.
I don't know, maybe.
I'm the witch that's against variants.
Yeah, that's right, because Rangi Vigilante does like a variant or two. He likes his scantily clad Red Sonjas and I think Vampirellas as well is one of his. Yeah. And
I want to read some Vampirella. I want to know her origin.
She comes from the planet Draculon. She's where blood flows.
I actually found out she was a space vampire from one of Mr. Castle's videos, and I was like, ooh.
It's a bit strange. I just actually read her first issue recently because I picked it up a couple of months ago because she's my birthday sister, Vampirella, because her first cover date.
That's one hell of a sister to have.
Yeah, September 1969 was her first cover date on her first book. So that's my cover date is September 1969. So that makes her my birthday sister as far as I'm concerned. Rangi Vigilante says space vampires are the best.
Mr. Greg, do you think some modern series only sell because of covers? Because I'm thinking of many that I've seen that people talk about the cover, but they don't really mention much about the story.
The covers aren't even that good. People want to collect covers because they exist, not because the covers are good. Because even regular covers nowadays, they're not designed to call you to appeal to buyer.
Yeah, they don't convey a story, do they? Like the old cover, they said this is what's going to happen in the comic, or they suggest what's going to happen in the comic. They give
even those gimmick covers from DC where Jimmy Olsen turned into a gorilla or something. The story was usually not like that.
The volume of Planetary I have actually does have a interesting cover.
Yeah,
It shows you like bits of events in the story.
Yeah, by the way, you were talking about Vampirella. We also had our own space vampire in Portugal in the 1970s. I'm gonna see if I can.
Is she also scandally clad?
Oh yeah, even less clothes than Vampirella.
Is that possible?
Actually, after I learned she's a space vampire, I realized.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can.
She's dressed normal.
I'm gonna see if I can screen share.
Okay. I need to work out how to do that kind of thing. Vengeance of Vampirella has a great science horror story, and Priest has an interesting new approach in the ongoing Vampirella run.
Yeah, I heard about his run. I want to read that, but first I want to read old Vampirella stuff.
See, Rankin Vigilante talks like in depth about the quality of the Vampirella run, and in the very next comment he says, "Let's close. I am in." So he's kind of like he's balancing out the highbrow review of the Vampirella run with a "show me the boobies."
I think you and I will get along,
2
sir.
seconds later. Good morning,
it's like me. This story is so great, and then someone's half naked.
If anyone wants to join us, I'm going to put the link in again. Anyone in chat, welcome to join us here. Saves me thinking of things to talk about. If I get somebody else in, they can come up with new subjects, and I can just sit here.
See what he has on his. It's a book, I think.
There we go.
A painting.
I like stories and boobs. There's far too little story in modern porn. I'm kind of with you there, mate. You know, I like it when a pizza boy turns up to deliver, or when there's a problem with the plumbing and the plumber comes in. I like to see him fix the plumbing first before it gets down.
You should read fan fiction. That's got plenty of story in porn.
Who has? Sorry, who's got? What was that you said, Matilda?
Oh, he said there is far little story in modern porn.
Oh,
you should read fan fiction. Why do you think I read it?
Right. Do you
read it for the porn.
Do you write it as well, Matilda?
Nah. Even if I did, no one would read it. It'd probably be shit.
Yeah, I think I kind of noticed that amateur porn is a lot more popular than porn with a story, just because it's supposed to be real.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of there for a specific purpose. You don't want to start thinking, what are this character's motivations? Where did he come from?
Yeah. What is he
You're
trying to do here?
Do something.
What does it all mean? What does it all mean when he does that with his thingy bob and she does that with her what's it? Or what are you getting at? What is the underlying metaphor for what's going on? I think if they wanted to do real life porn, someone should pull a muscle or get stitched or something like that, or fart at the wrong moment. That would be real porn. Apparently review some old Italian sexploitation on his channel. I've not seen those videos yet. I did see a pretty cool video yesterday.
Do you mean in a comic?
Yeah, I think it might be movies, sexploitation movies. I think unless it could be sexploitation comic, I'm not too sure. But who was I watching?
I watched some good sexploitation. Go to Marvel. Actually, no. After what they did to poor Carol, no. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, I've not been following. I don't follow any modern Marvel. But I haven't read that much about Carol, but I do like her in Jessica Jones. And when I see her new look, I'm like, oh, what have they done to you? You poor thing. Yeah, someone did a video. I was shouting about yesterday on my blog. I can't remember the bloody name of the channel now. And he had a good side-by-side comparison between the Barbarella film of the 60s and the Barbarella comic books.
That was 64-page special.
Oh, we might have done it as well, but this wasn't the one that I was looking at. It was who did I shout out yesterday? Do you remember the name of the channel I shouted out yesterday on my channel? Oh, I can't remember the bloody name now. But anyway, yeah, it was a good video.
I remember 64p did a...
Did he do one?
He did an entry, and then he showed Vampirella. Barbarella in the comics and in the movie.
Nova Man's going to have his hair cut. You don't want to do that, mate. You want to let it all flow free, you know?
I don't know. Honestly, that video I was distracted by Pamela Anderson's cleavage.
What film was that in? Barbed Wire?
Yeah.
Barbed Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, barbed wire.
That was
Barbarella,
great.
yeah.
Apparently, if you want to watch the real Captain Marvel, there's a porn parody by Axel Braun.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. Honestly, in the actress that plays the porn looks a lot more alive than Brie Larson. I watched the trailer and I'm like, why didn't they hire this chick?
That's some of them are not that I watch at all, but I've been told.
Honestly,
apparently,
I wanna meet the director that directed it. Like did he tell Brie Larson, listen, I want you to put on your best resting bitch face and look the least alive. I want zombies to look more alive than you. Okay, go, action.
I didn't mind that film. I didn't mind that film. A lot of people have said she's not got much expression or much range or whatever, but I don't. That's why I just want to reaction.
The thing is, it's not like she doesn't look deadly. She doesn't look sarcastic. She doesn't look anything.
Yeah. Did you see
Honestly,
the new?
They could have put me in that movie. I would have been more entertaining.
Have you seen the new Harley Quinn movie yet?
That's not really the Harley I like.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna watch that one.
There you go. This is
also a chick complaining for an entire movie. No.
This is Rankin Vigilante's take on it. Brie Larson always seems like she tries too hard to appear human. She should take pride in being a reptoid.
I don't even bother with comic book movies.
We don't know how many of them are hiding in Hollywood.
You don't bother at all with Hollywood over superhero movies, Paulo?
You know what she should have really done for the role?
Or just Hollywood full stop?
She should have done squats.
Squats? What for? I missed that bit. What, get her bum bigger or something?
Haven't you seen the meme where it's her backside and Tom Holland?
Yeah, Brie Larson has no ass.
Yeah, fair enough.
What I don't get is why didn't they just pat her costume? I mean, you can do that with boobs. Why not do it with the ass?
They could have had an
the actor doesn't have to do anything. You just pat the costume.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to know those aren't actual butt cheeks.
She was like a sad pirate. She had no booty. I'm glad someone found that funny. Well, actually, I'm the one doing the barbering. Oh, right. Okay, Nova Mad 1966 is a hairdresser by the sounds of it.
You know women talk a lot, right?
I just have to hold up the sign of the cross to keep the Nova Mad barber away from my hair. Stay back! So he's the one doing the barbering. Okay. Brie Larson in King Kong was awesome, and she seems kind of human. I saw King Kong. I don't remember her being in it even. I dare say she was. But yeah. Anyway, we've kind of gone all over the subjects here. Have you seen her smile in Skull Island? That was creepy. I actually saw Skull Island. I didn't really realise that was her. I'm terrible with remembering who's done what in movies or even recognising them. Sometimes I go back and I go, oh, that was so-and-so. I didn't realise that. Yeah, so I'm pretty bad at remembering people.
I sometimes rewatch old movies. I sometimes rewatch old movies and I find, hey, look, this guy is in this movie. I never noticed.
Oh.
Mr. Gray, can you put on Novamad?
Put him. I've put a thingy out there a few times. No one else seems to want to join us.
No, I mean, I want to see. Is that a T-Rex Novamad on your profile?
Oh, I don't think it will show up. I don't think it shows up particularly. No, I can't see what he's.
T-Rex.
It could be a T-Rex.
It's Devil Dinosaur.
Teeth.
It's Devil Dinosaur, right? Yeah. No, there's no reason I'm ghosting you. I'm just not noticing all the chat.
His claws are healthy.
Right. Okay. I've shown you comic books. Anyone else got any comic books they want to show? You picked up anything recently, Paulo?
Why would you name your kid after a cheese?
Hollywood people.
Actually. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow did name her daughter Apple.
Yeah, they have got some weird names. Some of them, what's that? Bob Geldof's or whatever his kids are called, Peaches Tixabel or something like that, and things like that. Some of them don't live in the real world, do they? So, they don't think the kids are going to grow up getting bullied. If someone on the council estate called their kids Peachy's Trixabelle, they would get bullied to crap when they got to school.
One called their kid Unicorn Magic something.
Oh, fair enough.
Ugh.
Well, saying that, I always said that if I ever had a kid, I was going to call it Quorthon, named after a guy from a band called Bathory. But yeah, lucky I never had any kids, so my kids.
That could have been cool, and it would at least been connected to a character.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Apple. My mom just saw an apple when she was pregnant and got inspired.
Yeah. That's isn't it the joke about Native Americans? They name their kids after the first thing they see when they leave the tent after the baby is born, or something like that. I think everyone's heard that joke.
Don't do that in Vegas.
My wife. Right. Well, the joke or name your kids after the first thing you see.
That reminds me of an Adam Sandler movie.
Okay.
That he did with about and the one character's name, She Who Wears No Bra.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that one.
I want to know how that one was inspired. What did her parents see when they got out of that tent?
Yeah, I would think that she was named that after she grew up. Surely, I don't know. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? But whatever. A lot of Adam Sandler movies don't make any sense, really. So
The Wedding Singer did.
Okay, I've not watched that one. As obviously, we're talking about porn. Some of these porn parodies that they do, they put more effort into the costumes than they ever do in the Hollywood versions of the superhero movies. You look at some of the I can't remember. Not that I watched them, of course, but some I've heard is some of the costumes are a lot better. A lot more close to the comics than they. Like the X-Men, for example. I think they had much more close to the comic book kind of costumes that they do in the actual movies, which is just like a black suit almost with an X on it. Isn't it? So they all tend to have kind of uniform.
Don't they do that though to appeal to more audiences?
Probably, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of think it would be nice to have, superhero movies that actually look like they come straight out of the comic book.
Yeah,
but we're not going to get it.
So I heard they're going to put Kamala Khan in a movie. So for her, they're not going to have a problem with the costume. Although I gotta say, her costume is so lame.
Yeah.
Not to mention, how is it appropriate to her powers?
Shouldn't
she wear like a full suit with no... Because she has a scarf. And in that one comic that I read her in, I was thinking there was a giant dinosaur. Grab the scarf and choke her. Come on.
Yeah.
It should be obvious.
That's like the little ribbon belt that the original Captain Marvel, or Miss Marvel as she was then, used to have. She used to be like just a random kind of belt just hanging off. Not actually holding anything up.
But that one, you
like
can grab her and maybe pull her and fling her somewhere. But around the neck, it's like, just get behind her and choke her. She's done.
Fortunately, not all supervillains think like you. You obviously have a more devious and criminal mind than the super.
I just have a more practical mind. That's why I love 90s phones. You can just take someone and beat them over the head.
Okie doke. Right, you got any picture, any comics you want to show, Paolo? You bought anything lately?
No, I haven't.
You did say you'd show us.
Let me check what I got here. I can show some other stuff maybe. Let me see what I got around here.
Okay, cool. Ridiculous 6. Oh, was that the name of the movie? That was like a cowboy. I think that was the name of the movie that Adam Sandler that you were just talking about.
Isn't that another? I'm thinking maybe of the Tarantino movie, The Dangerous 8.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I think it was something like The Dangerous 8, wasn't it? Or something. Hatred 8 or something. I can't remember now.
The Hated 8, maybe.
I can't remember now. It was a good movie, that one. No, I did see that one. That was pretty decent. I did watch that the one you talked Ridiculous 6, whatever they were called. It was all right. It had its moments. Don't get too bloody invested in it, and it's got a few jokes in there. Some of the jokes are a bit painful, maybe, but yeah.
I didn't watch the movie. I just saw clips.
All right, so you just seen the trailer.
Comedy movies are really my thing.
Right. Yeah.
If I already drag my ass to the theater, it's only action.
Right. So that's what you like. You like a good beat 'em up, do you?
I'm not gonna because I go with Dad, and I don't want to drag him to any chick flicks.
Right. Hateful
I
Eight,
don't
that
like
was
that
it.
many chick flicks myself. Although I do love Steel Magnolias.
Okay, we've been told by Novamad and by Werewolf by Lunchtime.
Hateful
The
Eight.
Hateful Eight. What did I say? Hatred Eight or something like that, didn't I? I didn't think it was right, but yeah. Didn't she hide her money in a bra? I don't know. I don't
And
know
how
what that.
is she called She Who Wears No Bra?
Maybe she was skint. Maybe that's why she has no bra, because she never had any money to hide in her bra. I don't know. What have you got there then, Paolo? What have you picked up lately?
Okay, so some of the comics that I bought last year, even though Portuguese comics don't sell that much, there's a lot of publishing activity going on. So this is a biography comic. Rafael Bordalo Pinheiro was a satirist and a writer and a publisher in the 19th century, and he created the first Portuguese comics magazine back in the 1870s.
Okay.
Well, that's really cool.
That's a bit of history.
Yeah, so a lot of Portuguese artists got together and did an anthology graphic novel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, with different art styles.
So what is it? The story of him told, and him,
Yeah.
or is it?
There's specific chapters in his life.
Oh, right, yes. It's like an autobiographical thing of him, or biography of him done in comic form. What was the original comics that he put out like? I mean, they weren't. Were they like cartoons, political stuff, or
political cartoons? He created the Portuguese version of John Bull, which is called Zé Povinho.
Right.
And that character actually became more famous as a statuette that you could buy and take home. And they had a sign that they used to show politicians, which was like this.
Right.
So we made fun of politicians back then.
Okay. Isn't that the international sign for like get stuffed or something like that?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's the same as doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is doing that meant to be a peace symbol or like a FU?
No, this is a peace symbol. This is piss on you.
Wait, how?
It's like John Ball and this one you're talking about. They're kind of like Uncle Sam for America, isn't they? That kind of thing. We also have Britannia, like because
is it like between the fingers?
Sorry,
I'm just trying to understand how that symbol means piss on you.
Just the way it is, really.
It goes back to medieval times. If you did this, it was the way that the English archers used to make fun of the French troops, because they used to cut off the archers' fingers, and they say, "This, I got him."
Yeah, I remember hearing that actually.
Okay.
Miss Marple comic.
for victory. Miss Marple.
Agatha Christie, Miss Marple.
Yeah, they're published
detective.
Yeah, there's a French series being made, and a Portuguese publisher decided to buy the rights. These are actually pretty cool.
That's quite weird. That's quite weird. Quintessentially English detective story being.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Was it? You say it was written by French and published by the Portuguese? Did you say?
Yeah, they got the rights. So this publisher Arcadia, this is their logo. They're doing a good job bringing back French comics.
I wonder if I could get the rights for Powerbolt somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, should do. If no one else has got it, it might even be in the public domain nowadays, and you can make your own cartoon of it. You make your own comic of it if it's in public domain. If it hasn't been used by somebody in a certain amount of time, I think it becomes public domain, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how long?
Oh yeah, Harry's saying that occasionally the V sign can mean V for victory as well. I think when what's his face, Winston Churchill was doing the V sign after the war.
Mm-hmm. Well, now I know a new sign.
Is that in Portuguese, that Miss Marple book?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They published 3 or 4 books already. I got 2 of them. The other one I got is the Murder on the Orient Express.
Check where I can find that. Oh, Mr. Gray, our contest is ending soon, isn't it?
Well, March the 10th. Yeah, that's the point. This is the. I was saying earlier on about I saw a video yesterday of Barbarella of the comic book side by side with the film. It was Over Easy Mode who did that video. It's really cool. Look at Barbarella comic and the Barbarella film side by side. Go and check that out and sub him up if anyone isn't subbed to him already. That's the one. That's the name of the channel I was trying to remember.
Yeah, let me answer Varangian Vigilante here. We used to import Marvel and DC comics made in Brazil. So there are Brazilian editions of Conan. There was a regular digest size comic, and then there was the Savage Sword. Red Sonja used to appear in a superhero anthology, but then transferred to Savage Sword of Conan. In Portugal, we had a mini album edition of Red Nails, which was published around 1982, but it's hard to find. But the most of our Conan comics came from Brazil.
Cool.
Cool. Oh,
what's the next one? Ooh, I already like it.
Yeah, The Living Death. It's an adaptation of
A Morta Viva.
Yeah, it's a French comic, La Mort Vivante, which is an adaptation of a Gothic horror novel by Stefan Voul.
Man, I botched that really hard.
Yeah, and this guy Alberto Varanda is a Portuguese immigrant in France. His parents immigrated when he was a little kid, and he grew up there.
Wait, can you hold that up? I want to take a picture. I want to look for that.
And this thing is. Whoops, there was no. Okay. Check out this. Check this out.
Ooh. That's some art.
Is that available in other languages though? Because that's if you can't read it.
Yeah, I'd love to recommend this, but I don't.
No, but I don't
know if it's been published in English.
Some more. I like the style.
Right.
I've been looking around.
The cover again, please.
I've been looking around to see if this has been published in English because it's very good. And
wait, I haven't got it yet.
Yeah. And this one.
I have an old phone.
Biography of Magellan.
I know. Wait, Paulo, I didn't get the Gothic one yet.
Gothic one.
Well, let's type it out in the chat as well, so you can.
Yeah, in French it's La Mort Vivante.
Oh yeah, to type it. Okay, I got it now.
A Morte Viva, The Living Death. Good band, Living Death, but yeah, that's another matter.
That reminds me, there's a French movie I saw a few times as a kid, La Fête Jean, the fairy genie. I don't know, I like that one a lot. Oh, I love Diabolique. I watched that as a kid. Okay, Mr. Gray, you can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't talking. I was just listening to people and putting up another reading Vigilante's comment. Danger Diabolic, based on the Italian Diabolic comics, and came out close to Barbarella. But Mario Bava was way better in bringing the panels to life than Roger Vaden, apparently.
Yeah, I have 3 Diabolic comics in Italian.
Is it like the Diabolic or Diabolique?
Yeah, well, I call it Diabolique because I'm used to thinking about it in Italian terms. It's the guy is a master thief who.
Yeah, there's a cartoon. I watched it throughout my childhood. Man, was I obsessed with it.
Yeah, but in the comics he actually kills people, and in the cartoon he can't.
Yeah, that's.
I know he's a bad guy. I loved him anyway.
He was a bad guy. He was inspired by Fantomas, which I also have this comic here. This has been published by Titan in the UK.
The world's first supervillain.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Oh, really?
Who was his nemesis then? Who was he fighting against?
Oh, Mr. Gray, how'd you make the screen look like that?
What, 3 of us on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just push the different buttons on the StreamYard.
I always thought you can do it with the little windows.
We used to have a comic. I can't remember what comic it was in. It might have been Valiant or something like that. But it was an old character called Spider or the Spider. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. But it was also Alan Moore did a comic called Albion a little while back. It was basically bringing all the old UK comic book characters from like the old UK weekly comics, like Kelly's Eye and Archie the Robot and Grimly Fiendish and characters like that. And he sort of reimagined them like
there's a button to share the screen.
Yeah. Steel Claw was pretty popular in Portugal in the 60s.
Yeah, Steel Claw was one of them. Who was in that Albion. That was cool. Oh, I didn't want that on. Are you still showing? Right, so look.
Yeah, this is the Fantomas' antagonist. Not this one. This one.
Right.
Inspector Juve. He has a sidekick.
High blood pressure. It looks like he has high blood pressure.
Yeah, the commissioner is always on his ass about capturing Fantomas because he can never do it. There were over 50 novels starring Fantomas in French.
Wow, it's quite.
Yeah. Is Fantomas translated to English?
It's translated to a bunch of languages. I don't know if there are any recent editions.
All I have to show from Israel Comics is Falafel Man.
Falafel Man.
If I ever get that one. Yeah, there was a comic. I hope I can get all the issues. They do sell it in the comic museum. I need to go there. I never been.
I'm sure you did show another Israeli.
Yeah, but that one's older. Anyway. Quentin Alpha is newer.
Oh, Quentin Alpha, that was it. What was I going to say? It's quite weird for like a property to be like based on the villain, though, isn't it? It's quite weird that you think like mostly they're always based on the good guy, the square-jawed, two-fisted titan who fights crime. But there seems to be a few, like say, based on the villain, like the Spider, like think of that Fantomas. But is there any more like that? What's that Diabolic you were talking about?
There's Diabolic. Fu Manchu was also
Fu Manchu, yeah.
Wait, Fu Manchu is a good guy, no?
No, he was always a bad guy. Did he have a comic though? Did he actually have comic books, Fu Manchu?
Yeah, Master of Kung Fu.
Oh right, yeah, but he's not the main title character though, is he? He's in there, but he's not the main character.
Doesn't Mr. Matterhorn love Fu Manchu?
But Fu Manchu existed before the comic books, didn't he? He was in book form, wasn't he?
Yeah, 1910s, around the 1910s. And
am I thinking about his son?
Sorry?
Am I thinking about Fu Manchu's son, maybe?
Yeah, Fu Manchu's son is the master of Kung Fu. Is it Chang Li or something?
I got them confused.
I just remembered. One of the Fu Manchu novels was adapted in the early issues of Detective Comics before Batman.
Oh, right, yeah.
Ooh.
It was serialized. I think it's on a cover of Detective Comics #1.
Oh, right. I think, thinking about it, I feel like that does ring a bell. I feel like I remember seeing that cover.
Yeah, he's in Detective Comics #1.
Yeah, but there's characters like the Yellow Claw and stuff like that came afterwards. That
the Yellow Claw is basically a ripoff.
Yeah, I think they were kind of like they don't like to use him so much anymore because he's a bit of a caricature. You know what I mean? A bit of a racist caricature kind of thing. They try not to use him too much. So I've heard anyway.
Is he the one that was supposed to be in the Doctor Strange movie, but they got Hilda Swinton with a bald head instead?
That was the Ancient One. The Ancient One was
the Ancient One.
Yeah, like the Sorcerer Supreme kind of, or taught the Sorcerer Supreme or something. Yeah, they kind of changed the gender of the Ancient One for that movie. I think she did a pretty good job anyway in that role. I think she
why didn't they just get an Asian actress to play some kind of ancient Japanese sorcerer lady? Wouldn't that have been cooler? No offense to Tilda Swinton, but damn, she looked rough.
No, they did it to they removed the Ancient One because of the Chinese market.
Right.
Because they don't.
Oh right. Well, the Chinese market wouldn't like to see a Chinese person playing a Chinese character.
No, they don't want a character being from Tibet and having mystical powers because
the court. Yeah. Because of the Tibet conflict and the fact that China have been treating Tibet like shit for many years.
Yeah.
Well, why was that whole thing really about? I never understood.
What thing?
There was something with Tibet, but what was it?
Yeah, I think China have like basically invaded Tibet, didn't they? And they kind of like bullying them because they're a smaller place.
So that's why, because of politics, they couldn't.
Yeah, so I think they didn't want to like Paulo's saying they didn't want to show a character from Tibet having superpower because it might upset the Chinese market. The Chinese might not even allowed it into their country. They're quite notorious for censoring and not allowing things to have certificates if they don't like the message that's being delivered, that kind of thing, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, but couldn't they just have taken a character that's not from Tibet?
I don't know. They did what they did. They could have. I suppose there was many options they could have gone with, but that's the one they chose. But anyway, let's change the subject for a second. Has anyone seen the Quatermass experiment? That was a good. A surprise. It's not like comic books of Quatermass. Do you know Quatermass, Paulo?
Is it a game?
No, Quatermass was an old Hammer horror movie. Quatermass in the Pit, the Quatermass experiment, and he was like a British scientist who was sent in to study the weird phenomenons like aliens, ghosts.
Quatermass?
Quatermass, yeah, that was his name, Professor Quatermass. I can't remember what his first name was, but they were really quite cool movies. They're like 50s now.
Actually, it reminds me of Planetary now.
Okay,
I'm halfway through.
They do similar stuff today, yeah. But this was
the whole aspect of investigating the paranormal, that kind of thing.
Very good.
It was pretty cool. And I was surprised no one's actually like put that into comic books or made more movies of that character. I don't know if he's owned by anybody, because Hammer movies did come back for a while, didn't they? They had a little return and they dug out Christopher Lee for one of his last roles. But yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, if they've still got Quatermass in the Pit, it's just a good idea. Like, probably that idea's been rehashed quite a few times since then. I think he was one of the first kind of like investigators of the weird kind of thing in film or TV. I'm pretty sure. But
I need to watch that train movie you talked about today, Mr. Gray.
What, Train to Busan? Yeah, that's good.
Kind of cool.
Right, so we've got talking about Tibet again. Over Easy Mo says basically China took over Tibet, and Varangian Vigilante says China basically denies the existence of Tibet.
But how can they deny it if it's there?
Well, they don't deny it. Tibet is a region of China populated by ethnic Chinese.
Right, okay. What's Nepal then? Is Nepal another place, or is that...
Yeah, Nepal is independent.
Name?
Yeah,
right.
It's in the frontier with China. Nepal.
Same neck of the woods, though, aren't they? They're not like neighbours, Tibet and Nepal.
Yeah, Nepal is to the south. It's one of those two independent countries that are in the Himalayas and serves as a buffer between China and India.
Right, yeah. The Devil Rides Out also dealt with investigating the supernatural. He's telling us more. That was it Wheatley? Dennis Wheatley? Did he do The Devil Rides Out? He had a few movies, I think.
The Devil Wears Prada.
That's a completely different type of movie. Just because he's got devil in the title, it bears no resemblance to The Devil Rides Out.
I know, that's why I didn't watch it.
All right.
It was not really my thing.
Apparently, Tintin in Tibet is a good read.
It is.
Yeah, I've never read any Tintin. I liked Asterix, but I never read any Tintin.
I would like to read some Tintin. It looks like it could be interesting. Or at least cute,
Yeah, Tintin is always kept in print in most countries. I don't know why it's so hard to get it in other countries.
Yeah.
I reckon maybe I could find it on Amazon.
Mm. By the way, you don't need to read the first 3 Tintin books. They're not very good.
Well, I'll find whatever I find. That's how I go with my comic shopping.
Okay. There are Twitter.
My Planetary. It's a bit beat up, but at least I got one.
Okay, there are Quatermass.
It's not really that bad.
There is one. There are Quatermass comics.
What is there? Okay, yeah. Cool.
So it was published. They were published in the House of Hammer, a magazine. In June and October 1977.
So it was just a very short series.
Yeah. They went. It was the official Hammer Movies magazine, and they did a comic adaptation inside. Very short stories, and then the 3 parts were reprinted by Des Skin in Halls of Horror, Volume 2, Number 12 in 1982.
Okay. Interesting.
Are we still talking about Tintin?
No, we're talking about Quatermass.
Yeah, I was looking it up here in the Grand Comics database, and I just found it.
Mr. Gray, can you send me the name later, please?
For Quatermass?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look that up myself.
The films might be available on YouTube, you never know.
Actually, I'd like to read it by the time I get my ass to see a film.
Right. Talk about Lon Chaney now. Lon Chaney, I think was he the Fat Man of 1,000 Faces, wasn't he? Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney? The Fat Man of 1,000 Faces.
I think that's what it was called. He was Werewolf. He was the Phantom of the Opera. Quite a lot of people, I think he was. It was because
why Fat Man?
I only remember him as a werewolf.
Right. I think it was him that was the Man of 1,000 Faces. Anyway, I'm sure he was Phantom of the Opera as well, and probably a few others. He couldn't be. I can only remember two. He was 1,000 Faces, but I can only remember two of them. But yeah, because there was a junior and a senior, wasn't there? There was a Lon Chaney Junior and a Lon Chaney Senior, and I don't know who did what.
Lon Chaney is a man, right?
Yeah, Lon Chaney.
But you can stop sharing my screen now. I'm not moving.
You're not sharing anything now. I lose track. I try to look at chat.
Mr. Grant, I always thought your kitchen was huge up until yesterday's video.
It's pretty big, I've had no complaints.
No, I mean I thought it was really huge.
No, it's decent size. It's decent sized. Not bad. Not bad as kitchens go. I've seen smaller kitchens. Not by doing awful right one. Well, I need a big kitchen so the smoke that comes from my cooking has more space to diffuse into, basically.
Yeah, you opened the door yesterday.
Yeah, to get the smoke out. What was it? Rondo Hatton? Does anyone know Rondo Hatton? He was had a really interesting look. He was from some of the old 40s, I suppose, 30s, 40s horror movies. I can't remember what he played in, but I just see his face on a few things, and he's really got a really unique look. Do you know him, Harry? Rondo Hatton? Right. What was we talking about? I think it's probably time to go, actually.
Vampirella.
We'll go back to Vampirella. The early comics of Vampirella were really quite weird. Oh, Verotica. What's this? Next week, Verotica, based on Ben Danzig's comics, finally have a release in the UK. Looking forward to review that one. Oh, it's a film. Apparently, it's an anthology film. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Harry, Rondo Hatton. I think Rondo Hatton.
Verotica sound like that because of what I think.
Yeah, it's like erotica with a V for some reason. I'm not sure what the V stood for in erotica. Maybe it's vampire erotica or something like that. But I know it was Glenn Danzig was from the band The Misfits, I think, and he had his own band called Danzig, and he did quite a few comics. I think one of them was called Jaguar Man or something like that. They all had their fair share of boobs in them. I remember that much. Yeah,
fair share of boobs.
Harry's just saying that he had a condition.
Mr. Gray, do you know if erotic has a different meaning?
Erotic has a different meaning. I don't think it's.
I mean the word erotic.
Oh, erotic.
Does it have another meaning?
No, I can think of. It just means sexy, doesn't it? Erotic just means sexy. There's another word, exotic, which means I don't know, exotic.
I'm reading this short story collection, and it says a collection of erotic stories. I read the first one, and I'm like,
maybe there
was nothing to do with sex there.
Maybe they're just not on your level. Maybe you like it a little bit more visceral.
No, literally. There's no mentions of sex whatsoever.
Some of it maybe is just implied. Maybe it's like very likely implied or something. Maybe there's a frisson. Is there two characters who are having some interaction on there? Maybe there's a frisson going on there. But, I wouldn't really call it erotic.
No, not at all.
If there's no hardening nipples or like anything like that, then, it's probably not erotic, I would say. I don't know. Maybe
erotic just has a different meaning.
Right.
Yeah. They should do a Vampirella movie.
I think, I would say they did have a Vampirella movie a long time ago. I was talking about Rondo Hatton again. I think he had acromegaly. I think he suffered from acromegaly because I've looked him up before once or twice. There was a Vampirella movie. I was probably somebody did a big Barbarella movie video.
There was one. Mr. Castle showed bits of it in his in one of his videos.
I've heard from Roger that the Vampirella movie was absolutely terrible. It was like horrendous, apparently.
Oh, maybe you can still get a laugh out of it.
Apparently, it starred Talisa Soto and Roger Daltrey from The Who.
Well, if the new one they make stars Brie Larson, I'm not going.
Yeah, I don't think she'd feel the costume. Them two thin strips of cloth would probably cover her whole body. I'm surprised they made a blinking film because I just thought, looking at the costume on all the comic books, there's no way that costume would do anything in real life but just fall off. But apparently they have ways and means. I don't know if it's double-sided sticky tape or what they use.
She is an alien, so
yeah,
alien technology.
She bought it at the Brazil for the Brazilian Carnival. They also stick everything on the body.
I mean, there's all sorts of special duct tape and stuff you can.
Yeah.
You can use.
You need a fabulous superhero who has nothing but sequins. Sometimes it takes them like 3 hours to get ready before they go out, individually sticking different sequins onto all their parts before they go and fight crime.
Imagine the first actress that played Mystique. She probably had to sit hours in the chair.
Oh yeah,
until they properly painted everything on.
Yeah. Unless I think it was makeup and not special effects.
It was makeup.
It was makeup, yeah. Yeah, I should check out that Vampirella movie sometime. I have heard it's absolutely terrible, but you know, you don't know unless you watch it yourself. It might have a certain charm, you know, like the old Batman movies, that kind of thing.
Not the one with the bat nipples. That has no charm.
But that was erotic.
Except Army as Dr. Freeze.
Right, yeah.
That has not Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze, that's right. He was interesting. I sort of we've got a few superhero movies coming up, haven't we? Got Morbius is the next one, isn't it? Coming out? Is it Morbius the next up for release?
Don't remind me.
Bloodshot, is it?
Don't remind me of the Morbius one for now.
Well,
they're going to do an Eternals.
It looks like they're not even taking the angle of the medical vampire.
Oh, okay.
And what's the point?
Looks like they might. I'm not sure, but it looks like they might have some magic mumbo jumbo. So I was already like,
yeah. So we say, when's the Eternals coming out then, Paolo? Do you know when that one's
in
coming?
June, I think.
Okay.
But hey, at least Jared Leto finally got DC to give him something.
But that's Marvel. Morbius is Marvel.
All right. Oh,
yeah.
You decided to piss off DC. Fine, you don't want me. I'm gonna go to them.
That could have been it. Yeah. There's quite a lot of people now who've done DC and Marvel movies, isn't there? I think there's been quite a few who've done both. Like, you know, Ryan Reynolds for one. I'm sure there's more. Right.
Yeah. Let's hope not many more.
No. Yeah, I'm surprised there's not been much hype about that Eternals movie. I've not seen any trailers or anything like that.
Hasn't it been delayed by 2 years?
Is it?
Really?
The filming and everything, and then they had to do reshoots, and now it looks like a horror movie, and there's nothing to even mention the Eternals in there.
Oh, are you not thinking of the New Mutants? The New Mutants?
Maybe that.
It was the New Mutants. Yeah, the New Mutants has been delayed constantly.
Yeah.
Eternals.
Coming?
It's this year, I think.
Has it been delayed again? Because I'm sure they've started putting trailers out for it. Some people sharing trailers of it a little while back, so I assumed it was like imminent. But
wait, the Eternals is not the one with the guy who's invisible, and then there's one on a wheelchair, and
no,
I don't think so.
There's Doom Patrol. I think that's
Doom Patrol.
There isn't anyone invisible in Doom Patrol, though, is there?
No, there's that negative man, the one
radiation guy. That's a TV show. Right? I don't think they're making a movie of that, but it is a TV show.
What are the Eternals about?
Well, it's Jack Kirby drawing space tech, and that's it.
And like, all the names are based on Greek mythology, aren't they?
Yeah.
Space tech?
Well, you know what? Jack Kirby used to draw the best space tech. He didn't develop this. You didn't develop the story much.
Jack Kirby.
Well, here's the actual plot to Jack Kirby's Eternal series. He's just doing a fictionalization of Eric von Daniken's Chariots of the Gods, and that's it.
Okay.
Eric von Daniken was the guy that said all gods from Earth cultures were actually space aliens coming down to bring us technology.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
I've
learned
heard
something new now. Well, what I learned from Percy Jackson series that all Greek gods are dicks.
Was Thanos an Eternal?
Yeah, the guys from Titan were retconned into being descendants of the Eternals.
I get so confused with like the different races on the blinking Marvel universe. All that cosmic stuff just gets. I get bored of all the cosmic stuff, to be honest. I like it a little bit more down to earth sometimes, but because there are so many different races, they're like the. It was the ones that wasn't two types of Eternal at one point. Some who'd gone off into space, and others who'd like gone to the North Pole or something like that. So there was two races of Eternals at one point. I'm sure there was.
Yeah, kind of, and there's a lot of recycling ideas from the Inhumans as well. So it becomes even more confusing.
Wait, is there something called the New Gods?
Yeah, New Gods is like Jack Kirby.
At DC.
At DC. Did New Gods come before the Eternals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically Eternals is his New Gods transplanted to Marvel Universe, pretty much.
No wonder the Fantastic Four is so popular. Just 4 of them and easy to remember.
Is there a New Gods movie in the work of ranking vigilantes?
What are the New Gods about?
Well, there's like a good planet with lots of good gods on it. They're the nice gods. And there's a bad planet with dark side and all the rest of the evil gods. And as I say, they're fighting each other and trying to get. I think Darkseid wants to kill everything in the whole universe, a bit like Thanos. He wants the anti-life equation. I don't think he wants to kill anyone, or he just wants them all to have their will subjugated, so that he's in control of everybody.
Yeah, anti-life. Some people don't really know how to handle concepts. So anti-life is not death. Death is part of life. Anti-life is death in life. And they are living, but they are not living.
Yeah, so like mindless zombies doing his bidding, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like his parademons and all the rest of the people that he's basically just an egotistical twat. Really, he wants everyone to bow down to him. Yeah, that's like. Does anyone else ever used to call him Dark Seed? I think I used to call him Dark Seed. And
it's pronounced Dark Side.
Is that the twat who has a planet that's literally hell?
Apocalypse. Yeah, his planet is Apocalypse, and the good god's planet is called New Genesis. I think. Is it New Genesis?
Wait, isn't Apocalypse called Apocalypse?
No, Apocalypse from Marvel, he's called Apocalypse. But this is the DC planet Apocalypse has got a slightly different spelling. Does anyone know what Werewolf's talking about here? Nibiru.
My brain now feels like
Planet
my
Nibiru.
lunch.
Planet Nibiru is the supposed planet that's on a strange orbit that appears near Earth every 10,000 years. It was connected to the end of the Earth on the year 2000 and then 2012. But some people claim that it might exist and it's a brown dwarf star that we can see. But it doesn't really work. Then the space, and then it was that's where the space gods come from, and they usually come here to get gold because apparently space gods need gold.
Okay, why not? They like a bit of bling, probably for their space god nipple piercings or something like that, or whatever. So it's nothing like Yoggoth then, where the fungi.
Man, you need like a handbook for this shit.
There's a lot.
Like who's who? All you said now went through into one ear and out the other. I don't remember anything.
Great, man. Have you ever read the Darkseid Galactus crossover? Darkseid and Marvel and DC.
I don't think so. It doesn't ring any bells.
Yeah. Marvel's favorite excuse, the multiverse.
Back when they were doing crossovers, they did a Darkseid versus Galactus crossover. Highfather hides New Genesis from Galactus, and then the only thing Galactus sees when he arrives there is Apocalypse. So he tries to eat Apocalypse, but he can't because there's no life.
I think I know it's a different spelling. It's not the spelling of the proper spelling of the word. I think it's got a slightly different spelling. The planet Apocalypse in DC, isn't it? I'm sure it's something like that rather than like the correct spelling of the word. I think it is anyway.
Yeah, it's Apocalypse. Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Just the names. I think so that the names were changed to protect the innocent or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, he's just he's just basically you know what he's getting at. It's like in the Eternals, you've got Icarus instead of Icarus, isn't it? It's a slightly different spellings of the ancient myth.
Makari instead of Mercury and
actually, in the first story of Planetary I read yesterday, there's a parody of superheroes of Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Because as I read it and looked at them, I'm like thinking, man, they remind me of other people.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of stuff like that. I remember there's a good martial law comic where martial law takes Manhattan, where it's a complete rip of the Marvel universe, and the whole of the Marvel universe superheroes are all in like an asylum for people who think they're superheroes. And then they'll go, for some reason they'll go charging into battle, but all they end up jumping off a side of a building and kill themselves.
Yeah, they try to get the Captain America stand-in to go after martial law, and somebody whispers in his ear, "Hey, he's the one who killed Colonel Buck. He killed Bucky. You killed Bucky."
They might as well send him since now Captain America is a Nazi apparently.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain America's a Nazi now. Is this in the current comics, or is this when he joined Hydra for a while?
No, in current comics, they, for some reason, decided to say he was working for Hydra this whole time.
Oh, yeah, I heard about he was supposed to be working for Hydra.
I don't understand why. Because they made it, it's not like an alternate universe story. It's like the current one.
Yeah, but they always find a way of making it right in the end.
Fucking it up.
Yeah, they it's like I think sometimes they come up with the concept first. They go, what would be a really good concept? Really something that's totally blow people's socks off. I know. Let's make Captain America a secret Hydra agent all this time. And they start writing it and they're probably thinking...
I think the first thing they think about...
How do we get out of this
How many variants can we draw out of this?
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah, the thing about let's make Captain America a Nazi. If your first idea for the comic... If your first idea for the comic is, let's do the complete opposite of what the comic is supposed to be about, then the editor should stop you right there. Because you don't understand the concept, you don't understand the character, and you obviously have no idea.
I don't think Marvel editors have balls anymore.
I don't think they have brains anymore. Yeah, I've been trying to spread the idea.
Combo. No brains and no balls.
I've been trying to spread the idea that Disney should shut down Marvel's editorial department, and they should license the comics to Panini in Italy and have all the comics made in Italy for the international market.
Okay, they do good work there, do they?
Yeah, they do the Disney comics.
The DC might be selling to Disney.
No, that's not going to happen. No, they just fired Dan DiDio. And that means DC doesn't have a publisher. They're probably going to have somebody from AT&T come over and run the thing. Because here's the thing. Comics are a low investment, low yield. And AT&T only cares about things that make you billions of dollars. DC properties make them billions of dollars outside comics. So somebody's going to have the idea of, what's the point of having comics then?
If someone comes up with that idea, they need to be shot, taken out, and at least have their kneecaps blown off, at the very least. Even bringing up that kind of idea. What's the point of having the properties associated if you haven't got the actual original material? You've got to keep the original material.
Because they don't make money from the material.
Well, they have to take it as a loss leader then, wouldn't they? They have to take it as a loss leader like they have in some businesses. Because I think I imagine the popularity of the characters would wane if their actual original stories aren't being developed anymore, and they're only coming out every few years in a film. I think you've got to keep the core comic spine to build all the rest of the stuff off.
There's a lot of stuff that they don't need to be doing. No, neither Marvel nor DC need to have 60 or 70 comics coming out with all the support characters having their own comic and doing a whole issue on how to cook pizza or whatever.
Yeah,
Mr. Ray,
streamlining it. Hey, Mr. Ray, do you want to join us?
Man.
It was awesome to see you, Mr. Ray.
It was awesome.
You didn't look like how I imagined you would.
I thought you were even more cuddly than I imagined, Ray. That's all I can say.
So you're saying, Paulo, that DC is not going to be sold to Disney?
No. AT&T definitely want the properties. They just probably don't think that comics are worth the effort. You spend too much time doing a comic for little monetary incentive, and just turning it into an R&D
Yeah. I was going to say, they're not making a loss, though, are they? I don't think they're making a loss, surely.
Yeah, but if you're investing $50,000 or whatever to make back 100, that's not the kind of money that AT&T care. If they invest $1 billion to make back $10 billion, that's an actual good use of your time.
Yeah. But hopefully they're not going to be...
So what's going to happen to Marvel movies then? Like in the next phase, there's quite a few not so well-known characters they're putting.
Yeah, that's the problem.
How is that going to be helpful to them then?
I think the idea is the movies make money.
Is Kamala Khan that popular? Is the Thor's girlfriend?
The Guardians of the Galaxy weren't so popular either. But
Jane Foster.
They did quite all right. The Guardians of the Galaxy weren't.
The Guardians of the Galaxy had something that was great for merchandising: a talking tree and a raccoon with space guns.
Yeah.
Good point.
The Eternals don't have raccoons with space guns. They have Kirby characters, and they don't make for good merchandising. They look great on the page, but they don't make for good merchandising. Maybe they can make Morbius. Maybe if they make some kind of heavy metal soundtrack for Morbius, it'll have its own identity. But
yeah, I suppose some of the movies aren't just for kids, though, are they? I mean, some of the superhero movies they are making them more for a slightly adult, slightly older children as well. So, the Guardians of the Galaxy, say with the talking trees and the raccoons, they appeal to the kids and the merchandising and all that.
The kids love Baby Groot.
Is Jane Foster that popular even?
No, Jane Foster sucks. Anyone who likes Jane Foster is just wrong. Jane Foster was never good. Let me explain to you the history of Jane Foster, and you will agree with me that she sucks. So, Jane Foster was not created by Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby did draw Journey into Mystery number 83, but after that, Stan Lee gave the comic to guys like Ernie Hart and did all the dialogue himself. And what Jane Foster is, she is the exact same thing as was Pepper Potts and what was Daredevil's girlfriend?
The ex-junkie.
Karen Page. Yeah. Karen Page, Jane Foster, and Pepper Potts in the 1960s had the exact same personality. They were the secretary that wanted to bang the boss, but didn't know how to.
Yeah. If only he'd noticed me, they'd say that all the time. If only he'd noticed me, that kind of thing, didn't they?
Yeah. When Kirby finally came back to Thor, he started doing Tales of Asgard. He introduced Sif, who in mythology is Thor's wife, and
then we have her.
Exactly. And she's an ass kicker. And then Kirby made sure in the stories that he got rid of Jane Foster by proving that she was not worthy of being Thor's beloved. There's a comic where Odin gives her godlike powers, and the first thing she does is wet her pants. She can't fight a monster, and everybody in Asgard needs to know how to fight monsters. So then they forgot about Jane Foster for about 10 or 15 years. Then she marries a guy who looks just like Don Blake, and Thor is with Sif.
So she's useless.
Yeah, she is useless. She's always been useless. At least Karen Page came back as a druggie.
A druggie?
A druggie. Drug addict.
Okay. So I heard that right.
Here's the fun thing.
How are they gonna make her? Wait, she wasn't a scientist?
No, she was a nurse.
Okay. So wait, how are they gonna make a movie with Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
I mean, I could punch Natalie Portman to the ground. And I'm on a wheelchair.
Yeah. When did you? Are you even following the Modern Four? Because I didn't even know I thought she disappeared years ago. That nurse, I can't remember her name now, but the nurse, she disappeared years ago. I've not heard of her for ages in the 90s or the 80s. I remember reading.
Yeah, no, she didn't appear. And another proof that she sucks is that she appears in 6 panels in Walt Simonson's run. Right. Walt Simonson used everything that was cool about Thor. You only see Jane Foster in 6 panels spread out over 2 issues. It's actually that those issues that had the Judge Dredd parody character. Do you remember?
Wait, so what happened to Pepper Potts?
Pepper Potts
Is she an alcoholic?
No, she's still she's an executive secretary now.
She was married to Happy Hogan in the comics I read. She was. There was no. I never saw any love interest.
We could have had a nobody, a druggie, and an alcoholic.
I think Stark was too busy shagging anything else that the Blink could be interested in Pepper Potts, who was already married.
You know, they should actually make a movie about Mrs. Arbogast. Do you remember Mrs. Arbogast?
His secretary.
Yeah. Now that was Tony Stark's best secretary ever.
She was a formidable woman.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys carry on chatting. I think I've got a package just turned up.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, especially because
there was an Iron Man cartoon where Pepper Potts, at least I think that was Pepper, she was Spider-Woman.
Oh, no, that was Julia Carpenter.
Ah, okay, sorry. That's not the one then.
Julia Carpenter never liked Tony Stark that way. I don't know why they made it for the cartoon.
I don't know. I just remember an episode. I was too young to understand the, wow, that's one hell of a package. I remember that he was in a hot tub after, I don't know, physical therapy and all 3 ladies on him. Well, I mean, I didn't understand what that meant at the time, but,
Mm-hmm.
I know everyone was impressed by the size of my package.
Mr. Gray, don't say it like that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't think of that. Sorry, completely accidentally made
you want to keep it wholesome, like Mr. Gray says.
It's an innocent mistake.
Oh, absolutely innocent mistake. I didn't mean that at all. I was raised on Carry On movies. You ever watched the Carry On movies?
I have another question about Jane Foster. Why did they then make her now the new Thor? Did that ever happen?
It's happened in the comic books,
in the comics
before? Yeah, it's happened in the comic. Yeah, it happened in the comic. They decided that Thor was too blonde and too male, so they decided that Thor, instead of being the character's name, was a title and the code name, so that anybody can be Thor.
But wait, isn't she then? She gets her powers because she's sick with cancer. What gives? I thought you had to be worthy of the hammer. That's toxic masculinity to be worthy of Thor's hammer. Now anybody can lift the hammer.
Really? Anyone can lift it now?
Well, they took the fun out of that one real quick.
To be honest, ever since Eric Masterson lifted the hammer, it's been a free for all.
Really?
Eric Masterson was an architect.
Yeah. You don't like him either.
Wait, isn't he the other identity of Thor?
He was for a while, yeah.
Odin merged them.
Yeah. I'll be reading some
now
of them
she's a Valkyrie, and she's going to be the girlfriend of the movie fake Valkyrie. Well, I mean, no offense to the actress, but Norse people are white and blonde, no?
Yeah.
So,
why?
I'm not going there. I'm not offering an opinion on this.
Yeah, well, we already discussed this for the last 3 years. So.
This is why it's all confusing. But to be fair, I've already learned when you go to Marvel movies, don't think about it too hard. Probably.
Yeah. There's another thing. Is that all it does is create the trademark dilution. You want the product, and now you don't know which specific product to get. Because now there's an original Thor and new Thor with Jane Foster, and they're calling Beta Ray Bill Thor, and you try to get Thor, and okay, which one should I pick up? I don't know. I give up. I'm going to do something else.
That's a good point.
But all it does is actually cheapen the whole thing. You don't have to work hard you just have to get the name here.
And who was because Masterson
so much for them strong female characters, I suppose.
You
see, she's Thor now because she was sick with cancer, so we gave her the hammer to feel better.
Yeah.
So much for that.
Is that how they actually played it in the movies? They just said, "Oh, she's sick. We'll give her the hammer to heal."
I heard that's what happens in the comics. She's sick, so she gets the hammer.
Apparently, somebody who's named after Thor, Varangian vigilante, takes great offence to. He wanted to wield the hammer. He thought that he was worthy.
Well, as a Norseman warrior, you should be able to wield the hammer.
I do dog videos.
Yeah, this chap.
Shouldn't it be I do good dog videos?
Yeah, this chap does say that a lot in my things. Yeah, if you like dog videos, check out Daniel Brown's channel. I keep telling him I'm more of a cat person, but yeah, if you like dog videos, check out his channel.
Now I do like pugs.
No bullshit, short, entertaining, and in the spirit of the source material.
Yeah, he was saying that Man Thing and Spirit of Vengeance are two of the best Marvel movies. I've never seen Man Thing. I've seen the first Ghost Rider, which is not good, but I haven't seen Spirit of Vengeance.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I love that scene. I don't know which movie it is, but he's like he's held in jail in jail. Not in jail, but where they hold you in the police station before they take you to jail. And he turns into the Ghost Rider because night comes. And then he kicks the shit out of everyone except this one kid. And he's like, you're all right. And then he just goes. Oh, he takes the jacket off of one of them.
Of course, he has to have a leather jacket. He's a motorcyclist.
He's a badass
biker. He's also a tangible ghost.
Right. So Ajax wants to know how much money I've spent.
Wow.
Basically, one of the people that I sort of buy stuff off on Facebook, he was like selling some comics. I think he started off with like the third series of Red Sonja. He was selling the whole series of Red Sonja for like £18 or something. And he started off with that, and he just happened to mention a couple of other comics that he had, and it turned into all this lot. But what it was doing them for £1, and I was like, I'll take that much of this. And I said, just a matter of interest, how much would it be? How much would you knock off if I got the whole bunch? And it was going to be like £50 for like what I was ordering, and it was just like a bit more, and I've get the whole lot in one go, and I thought, and my weakness, my inability to not spend meant that I spent. So I'm not sure if I'm going to show these off now because it might take forever. What is the time? I need to actually be getting off to my girlfriend's. Actually, I need to get out of here. I need to move my butt, so I'm gonna have to show these in another video.
My butts or my box?
I said, what did I say? My box? What did I say? I don't know.
You say my butts or my box?
I don't even know what I said, mate. Did I say blocks? I don't know. What was I talking about? I just get my butt in gear. I said I'm going to get my butt out of here or something like that. What's that about?
We need Dr. Seuss in here.
Yeah, I don't remember what I say. Once the words leave my mouth, like my memory, I don't know where the words formed in the first place. They just fall out of my mouth without any knowledge of what I'm actually saying half the time.
How much is a quid in dollars, Mr. Gray?
It's about $1.25. About that. $1.15 maybe. It probably varies. Okay,
so it's like 3-4 shekels here.
Okay, right. I'm going to show these another day anyway because I've got to get out of here. I've got to get to my girlfriend's. It's my day off, so I'm going to go. Now I'm a working man who has to go into work. I've got to make use of my days off properly. So I will see you, everybody. I'm going to have to finish the chat. Anyone got any closing words? Anything they've got coming up on their channel they want to talk about?
Remind of our contest, Mr. Gray.
Yeah, after the video's done, leave a comment down below, just any comment really, and you'll be entered into the draw. Matilda is doing some artwork for whoever wins, the first and second place prizes.
Poor Mr. Gray's going to have to count all the comments.
I know, I'm going to have to count all the comics. I'll say hello to Oswald, my cat. How he said to say hello to her. Yeah, he's at my girlfriend's house.
Good old Oswald.
Oswald the cat, and Poppy. If you want to check out a really cute cat, check out my blogs from 2017 where I had Lord Furry Bum the Third. I was looking after a cat.
We have Lord Furry Bum. By the way, why didn't you say lady?
Because that wouldn't be so funny. That wouldn't be so funny to call a lady furry bum. So to call a girl cat Lord Furry Bum to me was just much more amusing.
Well, it's not like we can actually tell, to be honest.
I know. But in my mind, it was more fun. I think that's one of my favorite name I've ever called a cat, Lord Furry Bum the Third. It's just so daft. Anyway, any closing comments, Matilda?
I'm gonna make a campaign against variants. Just wait for it.
Okay, and we'll have to get Varangian Vigilante in, and you'll have to have a debate with each other. Anything you want to sign off with, Paolo?
Read more comics.
Read more comics. So, cheers for coming in with your knowledge, because it saves me from having to talk. And anyone else next time wants to join us, feel free to join us.
You stop putting in the link after a while. Maybe
I did quite a few, but I must have posted up about 5 times. But
yeah.
Even the bloke who wanted to talk about his dog videos didn't want to come in. So maybe next time he'll come in and he can tell us more about his dog videos.
We need to be more enticing, maybe.
Yeah, I know. I should wear some more sexier outfit next time. I'll get my Vampirella outfit out. I think that might do the trick.
Well, today is Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Gray, you can keep that one.
Yeah, I don't think I could fit into a Vampirella outfit, to be honest. But anyway, right. So thanks for joining us. I've got to go.
I don't even want to imagine how would that look.
I did put a link up over Easy Mode a few times for people to join in. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I didn't post it when you first came in or something. Oh, sorry to hear about your weak stream, Harry. Maybe you should go to a doctor for that. I had a bit of a weak stream a few years. Does Harry
mean what I think he means when he says weak stream?
Drink more water.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Definitely, yeah.
Because the other two things I'm imagining are not very child friendly.
We don't always child friendly on this channel. I'm a bit more risque than Roger. Let's put it that way. But not quite as risque as Bub. Maybe sometimes. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
And it's all right. Just to confirm at the end here, so people don't get the wrong idea, he's only joking. He doesn't really have a weak stream. Cheerio, people.
Bye.
Bye.